Long ago, in a vast ancient kingdom surrounded by mountains and rivers, there ruled a king named King Alaric.
I am powerful.
King Alaric loved power, gold, and control, but he did not love his people. Every year he raised taxes on the farmers who worked tirelessly in the fields. The villagers grew poorer, while the royal palace became richer. One morning, a humble farmer named Elias decided to walk many miles to the palace. His village had suffered a terrible harvest. Children were hungry. Families had no grain left. Elias believed the king must know the truth. After a long journey, he stood inside the royal court. Golden pillars surrounded him. Nobles whispered and laughed at the sight of a poor farmer standing before the throne. King Alaric looked down with arrogance.
So you are the man who dare question my taxes.
Elias bowed respectfully. "Your Majesty, the harvest failed this year. If the taxes remain this high, many families will starve." The king smirked. "Starvation is not my concern. Weak people simply work harder." The court laughed, but Elias gathered courage and said something that shocked everyone. "A king who ignores the suffering of his people is not powerful. He is alone." The entire hall fell silent. King Alaric's face turned red with anger. "How dare you lecture your king?" He pointed at the guards. "Throw this man in prison." The guards dragged Elias away while the nobles watched. Inside the dark prison, Elias sat quietly on the cold stone floor. He thought about his village. He imagined the hungry children waiting for food. He whispered softly, "I only wanted to help them." Meanwhile, dark clouds gathered above the kingdom. A violent storm struck the land. Rain poured endlessly for days. Rivers overflowed. Fields were destroyed. Crops disappeared underwater. Soon the royal advisors rushed to the king with terrible news. "Your Majesty, the farms are ruined. If the farmers cannot harvest crops next season, the entire kingdom will starve." For the first time, the king felt fear. The farmers he treated like nothing were the only reason the kingdom survived, and one of them was sitting in prison. King Alaric immediately ordered the guards, "Bring the farmer to me." When Elias entered the throne room again, he looked tired but calm. The king slowly stepped down from his throne. Something no one had ever seen before happened. The king bowed his head slightly. The court gasped. "I was blind," the king admitted. "I punished the only man brave enough to speak the truth." Elias looked at him quietly. "A kingdom stands on the shoulders of its people." The king nodded. That day, he reduced taxes, helped rebuild the farms, and changed the laws of the kingdom. Years later, travelers still told this ancient karma story with a powerful life lesson. They said, "The farmer lost his freedom for 3 days, but the king lost his pride forever." And that is how karma teaches even the most powerful rulers humility.